EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Benson. Nifty move. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st down, right back to Benson. And he stopped immediately there. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The Cardinals at 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. You look at this Carolina defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's try to get to that number 1 spot.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Play fake. Murray. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. Heck of a move and then brought down near the 23. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
At the Panthers' 23-yard line.
Kyler going to give this to Benson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Cardinals, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Here's Murray. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. To throw is Murray. And this one's incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. From the 5-yard line, will this opening drive yield 6? This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Benson. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. This situation in the fourth quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Let's go.
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. But you look at this defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, you're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. And some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
2nd and 9 now. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big play there for Carolina. 52 yards.
Just a breakdown there defensively. It looked like someone got their wires crossed because no one seemed to pick him up at all. He's running free, and there's not a quarterback in the league who's going to miss that throw. That's a huge play.
Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Get it. 70 Timberwolves. Check smash. Check smash.
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Mack Wilson, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Cowboy 80. Panther Street. Panther Street. Dragon 60. Go.
They'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
But partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Got it. Ready?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
60. 3. 3. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
Back to throw here. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down on is Ryan Fitzgerald for the Carolina field goal. This one from 46 yards out. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the 2nd drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the serve? What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
It's a nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Murray now going to do it himself. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Hey, big ace, big ace. 2-2, what?
Here's Murray. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10.
79 Broncos, 18 Rattlers, 18 Rattlers.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That is caught. McMillan with it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 36 yards on the play.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
Dowdle is going backwards here. Now they come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
To the left side, he's got McMillan. Touchdown! From 3 yards out. And the Panthers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. from the 38 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. Murray going to throw. That's over the middle, caught by Chosen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Cardinals, first down.
Murray now to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Murray. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Murray to air it out again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Shotgun snap and a give to Benson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
14 more yards. That's another Cardinals first down. First and goal at the 7.
They'll run with Benson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Benson is in. Touchdown, Arizona.
That's a great read down here near the goal line. Most defenses are keying in on Kyler Murray, knowing they like to have the ball in his hands. But here he gives it up on the option, and that's a great call as it leads to a touchdown run.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Ready?
Here's 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Hurt. Hurt.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Biggest.
The final shot before half from Murray. He's going to look deep down the field. And this one is incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to break.
This is caught inside the 15. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Let's go now.
A running play, it's Dowdle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
19 target. Purple 80.
They run again with Dowdle. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Rico Dowdle, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Panthers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving. That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Murray now. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. When they call his number again, it's his 6th catch and a first down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Now Murray. There's that man again. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
To throw, it's Murray. Open man, here is Benson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They run over center with Benson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey Benson, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Cardinals have moved out in front. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead with the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where he started at halftime.
Yeah, exactly right, Gardner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he wisely will throw that one away.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Finding his target is Trey McBride. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Murray. That's into the hands of Chosen. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A give left side for Benson. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Big Ace open, Big Ace open. Shit.
To throw is Murray. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Well, look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Panthers are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
60 Eagles, 19 tight, 19 tight. 70 Rangers.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hot 70. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Xavier Legette, 56 yards. And the Panthers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. And this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. He finds his man, complete. It's Benson. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Running out of the gun here with Benson. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 15 yards there for number 15.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Shotgun now from Murray. He finds his man, complete. That's Benson. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now Murray off play action. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
The sack goes to Chris Barnes. So 3rd down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal. From the gun, Murray. He finds his man, complete. That's Benson. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Swim. Hey. Biggest. Omaha.
They're going for it. It's Murray. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. We'll see if they can grab the lead. Either way, what a job their defense did to force the turnover on downs to set up this opportunity. They'll come up now on 2nd down. They run here with Dowdle. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings, 90 Lions. 70.
He'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
On the run, it's Dowdle. 5, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Rico Dowdle with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Panthers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. They do tack on the extra point as well, and they will take a 7-point lead. following the touchdown. This is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. This is 1st and 10. Murray to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Hey, Larry, sit. 2-2. Hey,
Now Murray. He finds his man, complete. It's Benson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
It's a gain of 11.
Hey,
And the
big
Cardinals,
ace.
first down. 1st and 10.
To throw is Murray. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Murray. He finds his man. Complete. That's Benson. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. Now Murray's got to have this one. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Intended for number 11.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
It's a gain of 5.
On 3rd down, here's Benson. That is brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. As the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
2-2. Come back.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He'll try to do it himself. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Cardinals.
He's back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
2nd down, goal to go.
Hey, Larry! Green.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Panthers have just about shown up this football game.
What a stand there defensively. They force the 3rd and goal, force them into what they think will be a passing situation, and then they make sure to lock up all the receivers and come away with the interception. Sounds simple, but that was really well done.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Panthers, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.